at 3.5, and she started having immediate. She started seeing ghosts. She started healing. She's like everything. She just started everything. She's learning academy. She started telling me about, oh mom, do you know about reptilian greys that eating children? And she was like 3.5. She was training. She's like, we learned sense their energy, how to kill them. And after it, probably like 2 months ago, right before Melania, my daughter Melania turns 3, like 3 weeks maybe before the August, we had the walk-in, and I remember that so something wasn't happening. She couldn't walk in into the body as it was planned, obviously, and I was making a deal with the portal guarder, and she walked in, and she got up right the moment she opened the portal. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning. She sat up on the bed, and she's like, "Where am I?" I'm like, "You're at home." She's like, "It's not my home." And she's like, "Can I look around your house?" And I was like, so because I already had it with Amelia, I was already like, okay. And she's walking around her house, and she completely stopped. She started ignoring any NPC in our family. She didn't want nothing to do with them, even though it was my husband. And her face, like her taste changed completely. What she eats, everything.
Wow.
It,
Jeez.
it was so day night. And you know what's funny? Because Amelia, she woke up and she hugged Melania, and she's like, eventually, sister, you came to me. I'm like, Melania,
What?
yeah, Melania said, Melania was just here for 3 years. She's like, no, mom, you don't get it. And they both remembered Jake. And Amelia said, Mom, did you find already daddy? And Amelia actually remembers my name, his name in 6D, in 5D. And Melania, she's like, I'm cutting for her meat on the plate. And she's like, Mom, do you remember when we were tigers and you didn't cut for me? I was eating everything with the bones. So
How
they were,
how old was she? How old is she?
she is 3.
She's 3 and she's saying this to you?
Yeah, she remembers everything.
Oh my god. That is so amazing. So your daughters are walk-ins. Wow. Here's the introduction. Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm here with Elena. Okay, so you get you're walking. You got 2 daughters that are walk-ins. Is it? And what are
Yeah,
their ages?
3 and 5.
Okay. And the 3-year-old, you was just telling me. Tell me some more. Tell me. Oh my!
Uh,
It's just unbelievable.
when my 5-year-old, she was 3, exactly was 3, and it was winter time. And obviously she had a walk-in, and she woke up, sat on the bed, and she started seeing ghosts. She's like, Mom, who's this man standing? And she got scared, and she started channeling. She started telling me stuff like about universe, and I got spooked. But I feel like 4.5 years old. I already know what it is. So I was like, okay, it's probably what's happening. And since those days, she started seeing like ghosts. Uh, like she calls them like ghosts, but she calls them sometimes like some beings, like angel beings. And she says like, "Oh, mom, do you see there's this sparklish boy? I call him sparklish boy because I can see through him." And he gave me the key and told me I'm gonna be a healer at 16. And mom, 16 is how big am I supposed to be when I'm 16? It's yeah, because she didn't understand what's like 16,
Uh,
right? And after later on when I get hurt, she just comes and she just like automatically knows. She puts her hands like, what are you doing? She's like, Mom, don't worry, I'm healed, I'm sending the energy through. I never talk to my children about anything like this. So if I'm on the phone and she's like, Mom, tell me please about 3 suns. There's black sun, and there's in the center of the earth there's a sun. I'm like, wait, honey, I'm talking on the phone. And she just said, oh, okay. Well, and when I finish, I'm like, I'm gonna answer your question. I'm like, oh mom, I already got an answer. So she gets downloads from 3 years old.
yeah.
Sometimes throwing things in like, what is this? And she's like, oh, this how universe was built before. And she is fantastic. She sees auras, but people like feeling weird, like, oh, she's like, oh, you have a pink aura and you have this. And people, See, you know. So, but she's enrolled in the academy, in the Starseed Academy. She's taken lessons, and she remember every her dream. And in the morning, she's always telling me. She's sometimes popping up into my dreams, and she remembers. We can share when we wake up. Um, she's getting trained. She's like learning about grace and how to sense all the demons and negative energy, how to destroy them, how to close portals. And our youngest daughter, because I have a family, right? And 5D, 6D, and my husband and me, we have three daughters. Youngest one was 3, so four, around 4. Middle one, she's around 7, and the oldest one, she's around 12, 13. So my middle one walked into my older daughter, and the youngest one walked into my youngest daughter. When she walked in, it was 3 weeks before her third birthday. She just, so because I was dealing in the astral, she couldn't walk into her body. So I'm making a deal with a portal guy, like a protector. And as he agreed to help me, like we went out of there, and she just woke up and sat on the bed. We both woke up. It was 4 o'clock in the morning, and she's like, "Oh, where am I?" I'm like, "You're at home." She's like, "No, it's not my house. Can I look around?" I'm like, "Sure." 4 o'clock in the morning, and started walking. And I have a son and a husband, and of course they woke up because she's like, "I want. Why are you walking, Melania?" I'm like, "I want to see around the house. Like I want to learn about your house. You know, like you live here." She's like, "No, I don't live here. It's my first date." So
She's 3 years old in this body, and she's saying that, and just say no, and
she's super smart,
wow.
but her like she speaks 3 languages, and I noticed that she people she loved before, NPCs, she couldn't stand them after. I noticed it even with my older daughter. If she's walking like souls want to be with souls. They don't like NPCs. And Melania, she loved NPCs in our family before, but afterwards, everybody was asking my son, my husband, what happened to her? What's happening with her? Because she wouldn't want to come hug. She wouldn't like, no, no kisses. She's like, no. She completely like, her grandparents, she doesn't want to do nothing with them on the husband's side. And now her tastes completely changed. Like we were just shocked because she would mix food that you think is not mixable, and this is what she eats now. It's like complete everything. And when she walked in, my older daughter, she woke up and she hugged her, and she was so happy, and they started jumping. And she's like, "I'm so happy, sister, you come to me eventually." Like, she already been here with you for 3 years. She's like, "Mom, no, you don't get it." So they both remember my name, my husband's name. They both remember our family. They even remember our Urma life, because when I was cutting meat for my youngest one, she said, "Oh, Mom, do you remember the time when we were just tigers and you didn't cut for me nothing? I was eating everything with the bones." And when they're like playing together, they're calling each other, "If you're a bad tiger, I'm gonna bite you. I'm gonna chase you and bite you."
It's so sweet. Oh my God. So this is the real deal. You got an Irma family, right? So they're
Yes.
little tigers, and you, mommy, what's your avatar in those higher realms?
So I'm a white leopard in 5D. In 6D, 5D, I'm a scientist. I'm working in a institution. In 6D, I'm a scientist too. My husband works for Army, and I actually found formula for the leukemia cancer. It's a Tosol product of Tazol, and I was working as a 5 people, like a main 5 people cruise. I'm teaching on astral. I'm teaching in academies, and my main place is Alvin Dwarrell Academy in the Earth. And actually, I have rooms there for my family. By now we already have 5 children. 6 is on the way. My husband is busy.
Yes, he is. And I know your husband, right? This is the one
That
we both know, right? Oh, okay. All
so
right. Wow.
this
Hey, now for our audience, some of them are going to be brand new to this stuff. Now, when you are astral traveling and you have these experiences and you come back here and you remember it all, is it like real touchy feely? It's like the real thing and you can see it and experience it. How does it?
that is the same. It's actually more realistic lives there than here.
Yes, I noticed that too when I get out.
Yeah. So actually, when you're coming back, it's like, oh, like for some people, it's probably like when I wake up. It's for some people when they're actually going to sleep, right?
Yeah, right. Exactly. Exactly. It's the opposite. It's like you go like if you're in this world, you're going, and all of a sudden you're wide awake, and it's even more real than here, huh?
Lucid
Oh
since
man.
I'm going to sleep like 10 minutes from going to sleep because I can see my body, everything,
Hmm.
and till the moment I wake up. So I'm lucid all night, every night.
That is so amazing. So,
I
go
I
ahead.
didn't know it was something specific, but obviously as I'm meeting new people, it's obviously something special. Like not everybody can be lucid all night.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You you're sharing your other life. It's what I like. The words I use for it is multidimensionality of consciousness, and so you're like in the terms I use, it'd be you're a multidimensional being. You're wide awake here and you're wide awake there, and you can come and go, and you know every detail. So you're like a super wonderful teacher for both here and over there. Over there, they're a little more open and accepting, right? Over here, it's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? But
But actually, I've seen my 6D life. I figured out why my born here, like why I came here in a 3D. So in a 6D, I am working nonstop. Like our children with my husband, he was the one who was staying with them. Like I would stay at home maximum a week, and I would go to work because I felt there's so much, like so many people depend on me because I'm such a high level researcher, and I wanted to help as many people as possible. That's why he's the one like a mother. So, and I noticed as I tapped into 6D and talking to children, well, now there's only one left, the oldest one. I understand when I came here because they called me from school and my middle daughter, she was crying and I talking to her. She's like, it's gonna be okay, don't worry, just be strong, as what my character is, right? And she's like, oh, okay, whatever. I'm gonna tell daddy because he's the one who stayed with him. And I'm like, oh, I I don't have no relationship with my children. All my children is my career. And I was thinking back then, like, I want to relive my life. I want to have another experience. And this is when we decided to go in immersion and to bring all family to have this experience.
wow. Okay. So your other avatar is our body is in an immersion pod. And,
Yeah.
okay.
I was
Wow.
thinking, I was born in a 3D. My mom was like hardcore into career and she did fantastic. But I'm the only child and I never spent time with my mom and I don't have close relationship with my mom. Now it's better, but and I saw that this experience gave me why I'm like constantly with my children, why I'm not sending my children to daycares or schools, I'm homeschooling them, and why I have this guilt. And those seeing 5D 6D give me understanding why, because I couldn't build a relationship with my children. This is why I have this guilt, because before I couldn't understand where is this guilt coming from, why I'm carrying my children 24/7 everywhere with me.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense now, doesn't it?
Yeah, now it is.
Yeah. Wow. You're just amazing. Okay. Uh, would you like? So there's Starseed academies and various teaching realms. I've been to some myself. Not like you guys. You guys are absolutely top notch, high end travelers and stuff. But I've been out a few hundred times wide awake and stuff, so I get it. But these other realms where if other people are good at astral traveling and they have some understanding as they watch this video, they think they might fit in, they can contact me, or I'll have some other contact information down here that they can contact and see if they're a fit. What is your take on it, though? What, like new people, good idea, not so good, or special bunch, or anybody, or how does that work? I'm just curious.
Well, always new people is good, and even if they can't lucid dream or travel, they eventually learn. I noticed when being together with a group of people that already have abilities, it opens up your abilities even more. And like I didn't have clear viewing before, but I do have now.
Mm-hmm.
If sometimes I'm just walking through the day and I appear somewhere in a Greece church, I could see all the locations like I'm there.
Mm-hmm.
So on Google is what exactly it looks inside or some underground areas. Uh, because you're kind of energetically connected with other people who already have abilities, it helps you to open up your new abilities. So
Mm-hmm.
new people always, because the more people on the positive side, the better, right?
Okay. Yeah. Good. Good. Yeah. Yeah. I like it. So I'm going to jumping all over the place. So back to Starseed Academy. Is there one special one you teach at mostly, or are there several, or what?
I portals between the academies. I'm traveling between all of them. I one of the 17 people that built academy in Arctica. It's not. It's all kind of built of from energy and ice, but it's not cold inside. And it's also for teachers to see if there's something dangerous happening in a inner Earth academy, so we can get transferred there. But I used to take classes from the in the Greek academy, and there is one in the Himalayas academy. I
Mm-hmm.
was there, but yeah, I'm teaching only in this inner Earth academy.
Okay. Could you describe just the environment? Is it like normal school setting, or is it
Uh,
teach?
it it's kind of inside the Earth, right? So it's under the water, but I just use portals, or they just pull me there. I don't need like to go hard way, like some people try. So, but if when the first time I appeared, there's lots of wood, cherry wood color. It's a little bit, I would say, look like in a certain way to like somebody who watched Harry Potter, like all wood, dark cherry wood, and of course it's not as huge as the Harry Potter Academy, but there's a main area where all teachers, like, it doesn't matter from which area you're coming, everybody meets. There's a round circle in the middle, and there's like a cupola goes up. um yeah, it doesn't look like a 3D school, but in a certain way it just everything made of wood, and outside there's a magical force, there's lots of fairies, and there's a portal actually to go into fairies realm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I sometimes train there, because they said if you want to remember all of your past lives, that actually I do remember, well, a lot of my past lives, hundreds. And they say you need to jump. They made me small, and to make me jump on like a trampoline, it says it's the pressure built in your body. It helps you to remember your past lives even more.
Wow. That's great.
Do you know how we got the room there? Because my husband, we were walking at the academy in the forest, and he decided, oh, it's a nice time to hug.
Uh-huh.
And fairies obviously can scan through, and those moments I got pregnant. And as I was walking, they like started giving congratulations, and teachers saw and fairies saw something special, that the baby got made in this forest and is supposed to have super abilities.
Mm-hmm.
Why they give us a room to live in a academy.
Oh, wow. God, that's amazing. Now, so we're fourth density, fifth density, and sixth density is where you teach mainly in the. Mm, yeah. Wow. How amazing is that? Okay, so your walk-in daughters are absolutely amazing little things. That is there any more stories you can tell about them? I want to talk more about the Astral Warrior stuff and those missions that you guys do, but I want to cover the walk-in and your little girls some more.
I
There's more to say.
My older daughter, she sees demons. If there's somebody behind somebody's back, she says right away, "Oh," she's, "Mom, do you see this huge demon?" She's like, "I'm scared." And do you see he's saying to this man, "Be angry and scream," and this demon saying this. So she sees this stuff. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I know people that can do this, but not that young. That's amazing. Okay.
They told her in academy that her ability is gonna open up at 16, and it'll be so massive. It will be
Mm.
like healing and telepathy and this and this. Like she's so gifted.
Yeah, yeah. Now, what do you suppose inspires beings to walk in to this third density reality experience?
I mean, like into the body, or
Yeah, yeah. It's like there's a lot of walk-ins, a lot of star seeds, and different people walk in.
we want to do positive changes. I think we want help, and before we walk in, we have no idea actually what the life on Earth looks like, and actually, like, it's pretty hard to help. Well, you're trying your best, right? But before we walk in, we think, well, like we're gonna have all our abilities. We're gonna be just we're gonna come and we're gonna just change everything. It's gonna be everything gonna be perfect.
Mm.
And they say it. Most people walking in, they don't remember much, and this is when the struggle starts, right? First,
Mm.
you self, and only after you find in your strengths, and only after you like, oh yeah, I need to help people. See, I remembered everything from 4.5. I lucid dreaming from this age, and I remembered everything. So it was never a question for me.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow, that is so amazing. Well, okay, so that's a walk-in. I'm a walk-in. I've walked into this body several times. It's for me. It's different aspects of the same overself or the greater soul signature, but walk in the first time, it's harsh here, hard to deal with. He could only handle it for a little while, and then next guy in, he could only handle it for a little while. So each one is doing a little bit and kind of passing the knowledge and the experience to the next one and the next one. So I'm the latest me, so to speak. And yeah, it's a challenge, emotionally challenging. And how do you help and just the whole phenomena? Uh, it's and plus you take on mm, the issues that are within your environment. Your body always is the same body, so it will always have the same emotional stuff going, even if the beings come and go. So it is a handful, but it's a job. It's what we're doing, and so here we are.
Contacted lately by the URMAs, like they're putting the chips now in the hands and to communicate with you.
Again, what was it?
Did you contacted lately by URMAs because in URMA too, right? They put in the chips now in the hands to be able to communicate with you.
Wow, I don't know if they gave me one. I don't know what's going on. I can communicate with them, and they help. I'm just a weird character. I don't have the abilities the way you guys do. I'm clairsentient, but not clairvoyant. I don't see,
Okay.
but I know telepathy's real good. But I don't. I won't sit down and say, "Hey, let's have a conversation." One of my Irma buddies right now is going, "And why not?" Yeah, I mean, just now he said, "And well, why not?" Right. So it's that fast and that instant, but it's just quirky. But they are there and they help me when I need them, and I should probably talk to them some more. I have also have an Irma avatar over there too. So.
2.5 months ago, I got continuously taken to the URMA bases, and they put the first chip in into my left arm.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't understand why, but I would hear through the day men speaking. And after we asked with a channel, it was Helena, and this is what it is. It was a chip. So, and they in a week after, they put another chip in to, so it's more clear. I can actually hear the conversations.
Wow.
And after they started taking me every night to the Urma bases, and I went to different planet to Urmas too. As I was traveling, there was some kind of gray being, and he attacked me. I arrived there like bleeding on one side, and the interesting thing is, so the commander, he was so upset, and he said that like some unation of I don't know, maybe it's the Galactic Federation he was talking about. He was addressing his anger to some kind of communities that bring all the races, and they're supposed to look after safety, and Urma's supposed to be protected. And he was touching some kind of screen on his table, and he put his paws, and he telepathically sending the message. So not like was voice, right? He was talking to me with a voice. Um, yeah, and I was going with him through my agreements, because I was like asking, can I do mission without my husband, because it's sometimes pain in the butt. And he's like, no, just be patient with him, and lead him as you do, and eventually he's gonna be able to take the leader, like the leader role from you when he's ready.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's just amazing.
I got white belt for jiu-jitsu at the Urma base. So they're training me to fight.
Oh, yeah. Training you or training him?
No, train me.
Train you, yeah, yeah. Because he already knows, I guess. I don't know. Okay. Wow. Okay, so let's. Long videos not so good. Medium-sized videos pretty good for YouTube. Let's wrap this one up, and we won't stop our conversation. We can start another one. But so that's your walk-in experience. This is Elena, and she's an astral traveler, lucid dreamer, out-of-body experience. So that's what she does all the time, and this is an excellent way for us to learn what it's like in the greater reality or the multiverse, and the sort of things that good beings, star seeds, light beings, whatever we call them, it's what we do when we come here. When we're awake, these are some of the things we can awaken to. So if any of you are watching and you're interested in this sort of stuff, contact me. There'll be some contact information in the description below, and we'll see if we can get you hooked up. Okay.
Be nice talking.
Yeah. Okay, everybody, thank you so much. We'll talk to you later, okay? Bye-bye.